Hello, class. If you don't know, my name is Brett Kime. I'm going to be sharing with you a quick video blog on what I think a main biblical theme is. And I think that's redemption. First, let me start by defining redemption. All right, it means to be in bondage, to be in captivity, um, and to be free from that captivity and bondage. And also means buying something back that was stolen. I think that's what God's doing here from Genesis all the way to Revelations. All right, Revelations 21:5 says, "He who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." All right, so in this verse, you see God right off the bat. He's saying he's going to restore something. He's going to make something new. In order to make something new, something has to be old. He's got to restore something. Before restoration happens, he has to redeem his people in order for that to happen. All right. The first step of this you see in Genesis when God kicks Adam and Eve out of the garden and tells them, or so they can't eat from the tree of life. All right. This was graceful on God's part. All right. This left room for redemption. Otherwise, humankind would have been left in their sinful state forever. Now, Adam and Eve's sin has separated them from God. All right, because God is just. Sin needs to be punished. It needs to be paid for. That punishment is death, and the price is blood. So humankind were under this death penalty, all right, and we need to be redeemed. We need to be brought back into relationship with Christ. And so God promises to do this through a seed of one. If you read Genesis 3:15, it gives you a quick verse or prophecy on that coming seed. But through that seed, he needs to create a nation. All right, so he does this through, he creates a chosen people, a nation, and then he makes covenants with them. All right, and through these covenants, these people are redeemed until the final covenant. First, he makes a covenant with Abraham. Isaac and Jacob promises to bless the nations, bless their nation. And then he also says that, this seed will eventually come from these people as well. And then second, God makes a covenant with Moses after God redeems his people from slavery. God removes them from bondage. All right, he saves his people. This covenant established God's law and requirements to fulfill it. And also, there's a promise of one coming. All right, Deuteronomy 18:18, it says, "I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him." And then third, God makes a covenant with David, and he also promises David, the one that's going to come will come from you, the Messiah, and he is going to rule forever, for eternity. And he's going to come through your line. That's why you see in Matthew, Luke, John, and Mark giving a family line to establish that it was Jesus, that it was the Messiah, that Jesus was the Messiah. And then finally, the Redeemer is born. Jesus is born. Jesus fulfills the requirement of the Old Testament, removing the old contract. And Jesus makes a new contract with the price of his blood to pay for sin once and for all, to redeem humanity. And we finish with this verse. It says in Isaiah 53:5, and this is out of New King James Version, "But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, the chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed." Thank you very much. That's it.